using interest rates to support a currency is a tool that a lot of countries have at their disposal. Japan does not have that luxury like other countries because they run a very big deficit. Japan is the fourth largest economy in the world. Globally, it is one of the most important countries for international trade and investment. And with Japan being such a big player on the global scene, its currency, the Japanese yen, is equally important. Now, recently, the Japanese yen has had very tough times. It has reached multi-decade lows, and Japan as a country seems to be crumbling economically, and it is on an unsustainable path. So now, before we get started, let me just say that if you like content like this, leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. Make sure you subscribe for more content like this and hit that thumbs up button for me. When it comes to currencies around the world, the US dollar is king. It is the world's reserve currency. When other countries conduct business among themselves, they do it in the US dollar, but other currencies around the world are also very important for the stability of the world. The Japanese yen is one of those currencies. Now, as of late, the Japanese yen has been on quite a ride. It has reached historic multi-decade lows, and a big reason for this decrease in value of the yen is the interest rate difference between the United States and Japan. Now, the last couple of years, the United States has increased interest rates in order to fight inflation within the United States. Japan runs a completely different monetary system. Japan was using negative interest rates for many years in order to stimulate the economy and also to fight deflation. And other countries around the world have used negative rates in the past, and most of those countries, I believe all of them now, have stopped using negative rates. And now Japan has also stopped using negative rates recently, and I think that they were actually the last country to stop using negative rates. So they ran this negative rate policy, and now rates in Japan are pretty much at zero, or just very, very low interest rates within the country. Now, it's to fight deflation, it's to stimulate the economy. It's just a different policy than the United States runs, but it has hurt the yen in a very large way, especially as the United States was raising interest rates. In an effort to strengthen the yen, the Central Bank of Japan has floated the idea of increasing interest rates to 0.25%. And I'll make a future video about what that would mean for Japan if they were to raise interest rates like that. Now, using interest rates to support a currency is a tool that a lot of countries have at their disposal. Japan does not have that luxury like other countries because they run a very big deficit. Japan, the way that their policy works, it is just different than some other nations. They have been running deficits for years and years, and it's over their GDP numbers, and negative interest rates were a part of it for a long time. And there are some other things that are at play as well. They have an aging population and they have a declining population. The numbers are not growing as far as how many babies are being born or people moving into the country. So there is economic trouble there. There's a lot of debt out there. There's not a lot of people coming in, and I've said it in previous videos, you need a young working population in order to boost an economy. A whole bunch of young people that are going to work for a long time, that are going to pay a lot of taxes, it's going to go to the government, and that's just how the system works. Japan does not have that at this time. And now when we're talking about a currency issue, Japan cannot manipulate rates like other countries might be able to because of how much debt there is there and how much debt they take on every year compared to GDP. They just can't raise rates because it would just be detrimental to other parts of the country and other things within their financial system. Now, some things that are working in Japan's favor or will work in Japan's favor very soon is that the Federal Reserve in the United States is planning to drop interest rates. That is going to bring some well-needed relief to the yen. Also, when it comes to the yen and when it comes to Japan in general, tourism is benefiting because of the weakness from the yen. When you come from another country and you do a currency exchange, your money goes further, especially if you're coming from the United States and you come with US dollars, you do a currency exchange, you will get a whole bunch more of the yen, which is a boost for tourism, which is a boost for the economy ultimately, because money gets spent that way. And there's other things within Japan that are going right. It's not all bleak, like it's the end of Japan or anything like that. So the Federal Reserve, when they start to drop rates, we'll see, because it's not a guarantee, but it might weaken the dollar a little bit, which will prop up the yen and other currencies. And it's a welcoming thing all across the world. And, again, people that come in as tourists, they benefit from a weaker yen, which, just you want the economy to do good in any single way that it can. But, Japan is facing tough economic times because of all of the debt out there, because of the way their population ratios are going. Time will tell, what exactly happens to the country and if they can fix things in time before things get even worse. But that is the situation that Japan is in right now. If you like content like this, leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. Make sure you subscribe for more content like this and hit that thumbs up button for me.